Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. Here's your weekly technical analysis of Chicago wheat and corn. I'll start with Chicago wheat. Since the late March low, we have seen the market gradually gap its way higher, though to be honest, it has not been as inspiring as the gaps would suggest, with a far calmer ranges than compared to the moves of late February and early March. However, the last few weeks have shown some interesting patterns. For starters, 2 weeks ago, the market made an outside week, if only just with bearish tendencies. This did not follow through last week, and indeed this week we are on the verge of making this week a weekly key reversal up. So if we close tonight over 1076, then we'll be on. Outside of this, I have removed the nascent and now broken early February to late March bullish shift pitchfork. This pitchfork looked sick from the start, and last Friday's close below the lower time was the death knell for this pattern. Instead, what we have are three possible patterns since mid-March. Firstly, we have a possible, interesting reverse head and shoulders pattern for the mid-March today action. This one is possible, but is not complete yet. We are still waiting the final formation of the second shoulder. Next, the same area can be seen as a possible ascending triangle in between the uptrend, currently at 1045, that is just below the rising short medium moving average, currently 1063, and the flattish trendline top side, currently at 1146. Finally, there is a chance to look at just the mid-March to mid-April action as a possible cat's ears pattern. Now, I am not comfortable with this one because unlike the other two patterns, this one was completed. And if it was true, then we should have seen a move lower as a result. However, it is still there and therefore worth mentioning. So if all that being said, it'll be interesting to see if we do indeed make a weekly key reversal up tonight. Chicago corn. First off, please kindly still ignore the color change in my labeling. This is something that my charting system does occasionally without my permission. There is no special quality attributed to the different colors. Okay, so the latest move higher in this market can be attributed to one key action which led to many others. The key action was the almost weekly key reversal up that happened at the end of March, but which ended up being the lesser outside week pattern instead. That week was also a spike bottom, which along with the earlier pipe bottom in mid-March formed a double bottom, causing prices to rise. Anyway, the rise continued until seemingly last week, when, with a weekly key reversal up last week, we found that the market didn't react bullishly, but instead chose to drop away with a bearish engulfing pattern this past Tuesday. The reason for the lack of a bullish reaction can clearly be seen, and is one I've spoken about before. It is the middle tone overhead, currently at 821, of the April 2020 to September 2021 bullish Andrews pitchfork. This has been used as a rolling higher resistance back in early March and again these past 3 weeks. As a result, prices earlier this week dropped down to the congestion at 789 and today down to the October 2012 high at 776. Now, the April 2020 to September 2021 bullish Andrews pitchfork is still valid. Hence, nothing has changed in this longer-term bullish picture. All we are seeing is a pullback in an overall bullish scenario, at least for now. The lower time is currently at 664, and until this is broken, then it will still be valid. One other final point. Peeking out at the top of my daily chart on the right is Target X. This I drew back in March, and this is the target for the May 2021 today action being a rounded bottom pattern. Now, I'd highlighted this pattern back in March, and it is still good. Target X is in the 890 area. Thank you for listening. This weekly broadcast gives you essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted with this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.